Welcome to our guide on the 10 best places to visit in Paris if you've never been here before. We'll explore famous landmarks, amazing museums, charming neighborhoods and hidden gems. So grab your beret, practice saying bonjour, and let's explore the magic of Paris. Our first stop is the famous Eiffel Tower, an iconic structure that has captured the hearts of millions. Standing tall at 1,083 feet, she's the symbol of Paris and a must-see for any first-time visitor. Constructed in 1889 for the World's Fair, it was initially criticized but has since become a beloved landmark. Imagine this. You're going up the tower either by elevator or, if you're feeling adventurous, by climbing the stairs. Each step brings you closer to a panoramic view that is simply unparalleled. As you go higher, the city of Paris spreads out below you like a giant, beautiful picture. The Seine River winds through the city, and you can spot famous landmarks like the Notre-Dame Cathedral and the Louvre. The views are amazing in the morning, magical at sunset, and each moment offers a different palette of colors and moods, and simply breathtaking when the city lights twinkle below you at night. The Eiffel Tower transforms into a beacon of light, illuminating the Parisian night sky. Every hour after sunset, the tower has a dazzling light show, a spectacle you won't want to miss. Thousands of sparkling lights dance across the structure, creating a mesmerizing display. There are restaurants where you can eat with a view, shops with unique souvenirs, and even a small museum that tells the story of the tower's construction and history, and even a champagne bar at the top. Imagine toasting with a glass of bubbly while overlooking the city of light. It's an experience that combines luxury with an unbeatable view. Our next stop is the Louvre Museum, one of the largest and most visited museums in the world. Home to some of the world's most famous works of art, the Louvre boasts an impressive collection that spans thousands of years and numerous cultures. Even if you're not a big art fan, visiting the Louvre is a great experience. The sheer scale and diversity of the exhibits are enough to captivate anyone. Of course, the most famous painting is Leonardo da Vinci's mysterious Mona Lisa. This iconic portrait draws millions of visitors each year. Be prepared for a crowd, but take your time to appreciate her slight smile and amazing brush strokes. The enigmatic expression has fascinated art lovers for centuries. You'll find treasures from ancient civilizations, including Egyptian artifacts that date back thousands of years. Greek sculptures like the Venus de Milo, a stunning representation of classical beauty, are also on display, and masterpieces by Italian Renaissance artists like Michelangelo and Raphael can be found in the museum's extensive collection. The glass pyramid entrance, a modern addition to the historic palace, is a beautiful piece of architecture itself. Designed by I.M. Pei, it has become an iconic symbol of the Louvre. Here's a tip: buy your tickets online before you go to skip the long lines. This will save you time and allow you to enjoy more of what the museum has to offer. Notre-Dame Cathedral, a masterpiece of French Gothic architecture, has been loved for centuries. Even as it's being rebuilt after the terrible fire in 2019, its beauty is still clear. Take a moment to admire the front, decorated with detailed carving, sculptures of biblical figures, and the famous gargoyles that look over the city. While you can't go inside right now, you can still appreciate how grand it is from the outside. Imagine the tall stained glass windows filling the inside with colorful light. Even though it's being rebuilt, the spirit of Notre Dame is still strong. It reminds us of the lasting power of faith, art, and the human spirit. Get ready for a fancy walk down a very famous street. The Champs-Élysées, often called the most beautiful avenue in the world, is amazing. From the moment you step onto this grand boulevard, you're surrounded by elegance. Luxury shops invite you in, sidewalk cafes offer delicious coffee and pastries, and grand theaters promise a fun evening. As you stroll down the Champs-Élysées, you'll see the Arc de Triomphe. Climb to the top for amazing views of the city. You'll see the Champs-Élysées stretching out in front of you all the way to the Place de la Concorde. Now let's leave the fancy area and go to the charming neighborhood of Montmartre and the Sacré-Cœur. Get ready to be charmed by Montmartre, a neighborhood full of art history. As you walk through its cobblestone streets with cute cafes and interesting shops, you'll feel far away from the busy city center. This is where artists like Picasso, Van Gogh, and Toulouse-Lautrec found their inspiration, and you can still feel their creative energy. At the top of the hill, the beautiful white basilica of the Sacré-Cœur stands tall. Climb the steps or take the funicular to the top for amazing views over Paris. Make sure to explore the Place du Théâtre, where artists set up their easels to paint the beauty of Montmartre. From its art to its views, Montmartre is amazing. A boat trip on the Seine River is a classic Paris experience. It's the perfect way to see many famous landmarks from a different view. As you float along the water, the city unfolds like a postcard. You'll pass by the Louvre, Notre-Dame, and, of course, the Eiffel Tower. Choose a daytime cruise to see the city in action, or a romantic evening cruise as the city lights sparkle on the water. Many cruises offer dinner and music, making it a special experience. It's a magical way to experience the City of Light. A short train ride from Paris is the Palace of Versailles, a reminder of how grand the French monarchy was. This huge palace, once home to King Louis XV, the Sun King, is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and a must-see for anyone who loves history or beautiful buildings. Step inside and imagine the days of fancy parties and powerful kings. Walk through the palace's many rooms, each one fancier than the last. Don't miss the Hall of Mirrors, a dazzling room with shiny chandeliers and sunlight reflecting off hundreds of mirrors. Explore the beautiful gardens with fountains, sculptures, and hidden grottos. For a really special experience, go when the fountains have a show with water dancing to music. Hidden on the Ile de la Cité, often missed because of Notre-Dame, is a hidden gem, the Sainte-Chapelle. This 13th century chapel is a masterpiece of Gothic architecture, famous for its beautiful stained glass windows. Step inside and you'll be surrounded by color. The stained glass windows show over 1,100 scenes from the Bible. As sunlight shines through the glass, it creates a beautiful atmosphere. The Sainte-Chapelle shows the power of light and color. Get ready to experience the Latin Quarter, a historic neighborhood full of intellectual and cultural life. This area has been a hub of learning and creativity for centuries, drawing scholars, artists, and thinkers from all over the world. Named for the language spoken in its universities a long time ago, the Latin Quarter is still a center for students and book lovers. The universities here have a rich history, and their influence can be felt in the vibrant student life that fills the streets. Walk through its streets with bookshops, cafes, and student bars and enjoy the lively atmosphere. Each corner of the Latin Quarter tells a story, from the bustling cafes where students discuss philosophy to the quiet bookshops filled with rare finds. Look at the books in famous bookstores like Shakespeare and Company. This iconic bookstore has been a haven for writers and readers alike, offering a unique blend of history and literary charm. In the middle of the Latin Quarter is the Pantheon, a beautiful building that is now a mausoleum for some of France's most famous people. Its grand architecture and historical significance make it a must-visit landmark. Go inside and see the tombs of Victor Hugo, Marie Curie, Voltaire, Rousseau, and other important people. Each tomb tells a story of a life that shaped the world in profound ways. To experience student life, have a coffee at a cafe and watch people walk by. The cafes here are perfect for people watching and soaking in the vibrant energy of the Latin Quarter. Our last stop is the Musée d'Orsay, a great place for people who love Impressionist and Post-Impressionist art. Located in a beautiful old train station, the Musée d'Orsay is a unique place to see famous paintings. Step inside and you'll see masterpieces by Monet, Renoir, Degas, Van Gogh, and more. The museum's collection is from the late 1800s and early 1900s, a time of great art. Enjoy Monet's water lilies, Renoir's paintings of Paris, and Degas' ballerinas. The old train station itself is a masterpiece. The Musée d'Orsay is a great way to end our Paris adventure. Thanks for joining me on this quick tour of Paris. Remember to take your time, enjoy every moment, and don't be afraid to get lost in the charm of its streets. Until next time, goodbye.